Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Diane, and I first want to put a shout out to all those people from my Facebook groups. I posted posted my channel on a couple of Facebook groups, and you guys have it's phenomenal how many people have checked out my YouTube channel and have subscribed and are viewing some of my videos. And I just want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate your support. You know how to make a girl feel really good, and I hope that I am inspiring some of you to have fun and be creative and on your junk journal journey, or whatever you're creating out there. So anyway, I wanted to do another little video here on another piece to add to our journals. And this is actually something I learned quite a long time ago, and I can't even remember where. I kind of searched to see if I can find where it was, and I couldn't find exactly where I had learned this, but it's a pocket folder, and this is what it is right here. And it's a little folder, and you can see that I've placed a cluster. We've done some clusters in one of my videos, and it is done with a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and of course we cut it, and we cut it about 4 inches in width here. So this ends up being the 12 inches here, and it has just this little circle here, this little closure, and it opens up and folds out like this. You can see that all on my channel here. And then it's got these pockets. It's got one pocket here on this fold, and then on this part here we have a pocket here, and we have a pocket here at the top. I put some journaling cards in there, and then we just have this that folds over. I used double-sided cardstock here. It's a little heavier cardstock, and it does look a little busy, but there's some out there that you can do. You just be creative, and you can make them so they don't look as busy as this does, or maybe you like that look. And it's very simple. Anybody can do this. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make one of these. And I'm going to do one with a one-sided cardstock print on here. This one has the two-sided, so I thought I'd go ahead and do the one-sided and show you. It's easier to see, and it'll still give you the idea of what you need to do. I did pre-cut everything here, so let's go ahead and get started. So I've got my 4 by 12 inch cardstock cut out here, and I like to round my corners, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I just round, let's see, I want to make sure. Yeah, I just round these. Let's turn this around this way so you can see the print. Of course, I'm using my corner chomper here, but you don't have to do that. You can actually just round them with scissors if you don't have the corner chomper. And or you can leave them just straight. They don't have to be rounded. So that is all up to you. So I've got my corners rounded there, and I hope you're being able to see that. Yeah. And of course, I'm going to get my ink out here. I'm using the Distressed Oxide, the Vintage Photo, and I'm just going to ink up my edges. And I'm just going to go around the outside edges first. There'll be more inking as we go, but I'm just going to go ahead and quickly go around these edges here. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and shoot me out a message on my channel. I try to get to all of your questions so that everything is clear, and I don't want, you know, to leave you out there wondering, how did she do that, or what did she use there? You don't have to do this inking. This again is a preference. This is something that I like. You'll see in future videos that I do, the vintage look videos look, vintage journals look, I think, more vintage with that inking around the edges. Now, I want you to keep in mind when you have a paper that is going, a design that's going a certain direction, that you want to make sure that you're going to have that direction going the right way. So these flowers are actually going this way. Is that right? Oh, they're going this way. So for it to fold like it should, I want to go, I believe, upside down. So yes, see? So those flowers are going in the right direction. So just keep that in mind when you are doing that before you do any folds, that you want your design going in the right direction. So this first fold at the top is about 2¼ inches. So I'm just going to go on my mat here and go about 2¼ inches down. Move that up. And I just measure it by the mat. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The only thing you need to remember is, if you don't fold it at a good distance from up here, you'll end up with it not folding right. You'll have too much at the top, and it will not lay down flat. And you want it to lay down flat, because this is going to be used to go on in your journal, and you don't want to give it too much bulk. So and I will show you how I put it in the journal when we get done here. So okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and bring this one up, and this one is gonna go up about, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, about 4½ inches. So we'll go up, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4½. So you can see that it comes down about that far from the fold. If you can see that, about 1 inch, maybe not quite 1 inch from the fold. So I'm going to fold that down. Use your bone folder. Use your scissor handles. Use whatever you have to get that nice crease nice and flat. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my inking on these folds. I like the way that looks when you ink the folds. Looks like the inside. And you can see when you ink the folds, it just kind of gives it a little more dimension. And that again is up to you. You can do whatever you want there. You can stencil on here if you want. If you feel like, that's just too white, you can take and use your distress ink and just go over it and get rid of some of that white if you don't want so much white there. It's all up to you what you want to do there. So I just wanted to show you what it looked like with the white inside instead of the design inside, the pattern. Okay, so now the next step is I just took and cut out a little circle. I used I believe, let me see, it's a 1-inch, yeah, it's just a 1-inch circle punch. And we are going to put that about halfway over the flap here. You can see, and it will hold that down. So you're going to want to kind of I just eyeball it. I don't worry about being perfect in the center. I'm just eyeballing it. And I'm just going to put a little glue on that bottom half of that circle. So go ahead and put a little glue on that bottom half. I'm using my Fabrifix here, if you're wondering. Fold that down and put that down on that bottom half and just set it down right there, and that will give you your closure. Now I'm just going to let it sit for just a little bit, and then we will get our little pockets ready. If you feel like, you know, these aren't lining up like you'd like, you can go ahead and trim and re-ink those if you've inked them, but I don't worry about that. I think it's, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. If you are one that likes it more perfect, then you know, do what makes you happy and the way you like it to look. You can change up the colors any way you want, and there's just endless things you can do with these. So anyway, the pockets that I've got here, I've done 2 pockets that I've cut about, I'm going to say these are about 2¼ by 4 inches. Of course, they're the same width as your folder. And then this is the longer one, the bigger one, and it runs about 4 by 4. And you can round the corners if you want on these. You can just leave them straight. That is up to you. Sometimes rounding the corners makes them look neater, but it is totally up to you. I'm not going to round the corners here. I am going to, though, cut those little finger holes so everyone knows at least there is a pocket there. So the way I do that, I just eyeball it. I look at the pattern, and I'm looking at my print here, and I think it goes about that way. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball it in the middle, do a little half circle there, and then I'm going to do the same on this one. Just eyeball it. Don't worry about measuring. Whoops. And then the same on the bigger one. And those fly everywhere. Okay. And then I do ink these. Go around and ink these. And like I said, you can round those corners at the top. The rounded corners always look really nice too. But straight corners look nice too. And you can also, if you want, you can tear these and make them look a little more ragged around the edges. You can use a ruler and tear them, or you can cut them out with fancy scissors. Just remember, you want to make sure you get those sizes right. With the scissors, you need to make sure that you're cutting them so they will fit in your folder. Okay, so I think that's probably set up there pretty good. So we're going to go ahead, open this up, and this is how easy this is. We're going to, this is going to be up here. This is the deeper pocket. And then I put the little lighter color over the top, trying to, and I kind of like the white background. And then this little pocket will go down here. I hope you're being able to see that okay. So to put these in, very simple. I'm just going to use my I'm going to go ahead and use my art glitter glue. And you just want to put a little line of glue all around the edges. And you're familiar with this if you watch my other videos. Pockets are easy to put in, and you just put that line around the edge. And then we're going to set that in there. It comes up a little bit from the bottom. Little edge there, but that's okay with me showing. I'm going to go ahead and you can ink it up, get rid of some of that brightness. Do the same with this big pocket. We're going to go ahead and ink around the edges. And I just bring it up just a little bit from that fold so that you don't have a problem with it folding. Just a little bit. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. There we go. And then we'll put this other one, and it just goes over the top. Just those three sides. Glue down those three sides. Around the edges. And then put it at the bottom of that pocket. Press down. There you go. There's your pockets. And that's basically the inside of your little pocket folder. Now, there's other things you can add. You can put lace in here. You can put a butterfly up here, stickers, flowers. You can do some stamps. Just be creative. And like I always say, make it your own. Be creative and make it how you want it. And then, while that's drying, we'll come up and we'll just pull that down, and then your folder's pretty much done. But like I did on this one, and we did clusters before, I put a little cluster. So let's see. This is another area where you can just be as creative as you want to be. I like to put a little bit of muslin. I've got some white muslin there, and then I've got this that's been probably tea dyed. And I like the rough look around the muslin, so I kind of fray it a little bit. Okay, and let's see. I don't know, maybe I'll like the lighter colored muslin on here because I kind of like that lighter color. I think I'm going to go ahead with that. I'm going to go with the lighter. And then I like to put, you can use some music paper or some book paper. I think this is from a dictionary. And I just rip around the edges, set it on there, deciding whether it's too big or not. And I might just go ahead and rip it a little bit. I think that will work. And then I'm just going to go around the edges with my ink. And just so it, you know, it's going to be against that white muslin, so I want it to show. I'm going to go over and put it on there, like that. And usually I like to do like sets of 3. I did a little lace on this one here, so I could take a little piece of lace. Let's see. I don't know if I have one. This is just a, yeah, little white piece of lace would look cute there. And I like these butterfly, or not butterflies, but these buttons that are kind of wooden almost type buttons. They are so cute. So I'm thinking of putting a couple of these buttons here. There's one here that is a heart button. And I think that will look cute there. Just a couple of buttons. Just give it a little interest. Now you look at that and think about what you would do. You know, how you would fix that. Maybe you want to add more color or something. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Fabrifix since I am working with fabric here. I think it glues a little better. And I will just put a little Fabrifix across here for this little piece of muslin. Let's glue that down. And I'm going to go ahead, my glue string in here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this piece of lace down here. Okay, and I'll go ahead and just use this glue on here. Usually I would just use the paper glue, but since I have it right here, it looks like we've got a glob coming out of there. Sometimes with this glue, I like to put this at an angle. Sometimes with this glue, you'll get a glob that's coming out, and so I just want to get rid of that glob. Okay, and now this glue works the best too for like these little buttons. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see, where do I want to put them? I like that little heart. It's so cute. I'll just put a couple buttons side by side there. I think that looks cute. And you can always go with the color theme that you've got going. You know, maybe you want to put some of those, some pinks or some of the orangey colors, but it's okay to mix and match too. So just do what you want to do. This is yours. This is your design. And it's not, you know, there's a lot of times I've made things and I'll say, I don't think I really like that. So set it aside and try another one. Okay, there we go. So this is your little pocket folder. And you can make these in all different sizes. I just thought it would be easier to show you one with the 12 by 12 paper that's cut. And I just cut this on my paper cutter. You can, if you don't have a paper cutter, just use scissors. Just measure, make your little marks with pencil and cut them out. Then, these little pockets, I just like to take some of the things that I've made before, and you know we did the master board with the journaling cards, and I got some of those here, and I just like to slip those inside the pocket. This journaling card here has a space on the back for journaling. Here's one of those little envelopes. I like to stick that down in a pocket. And the master board we also did these tags. So the tags can go up here in the deeper pocket, and they can go down in there. And I can put a tag. Well, here's a smaller tag. Put the smaller tag back here behind this. And you can put another journaling card in here if you like. I mean, it's endless. You can put whatever you would like to these. In these, you can even do those little notebooks we did. Make small notebooks and put a little notebook in. You can put pictures in them, and you can put tickets in them. There's all kinds of things you can put in these, and it's endless what you can do here. So that is it. That is our little pocket folder. And let me show you real quick what you can do with a pocket folder. You can take this pocket folder. I'm using this one because it's dry and the other one's a little wet. You can take and find you a page in your journal, and you can make several of these and just add them to a page. Like this one here, I have my little side pocket that we learned how to do. You can just put it in there. You can glue it right down to a page. You can glue the whole thing down, and then they can just open it up and find the little goodies inside that way. Or if you want to take just a paper clip, and I know I've got paper clips around here. Just take a paper clip and clip it on the side of a page that way, and then they can just take it off, and it can be just something they can remove from the journal, or you can remove whoever's going to get that journal. And so I hope that gives you some great ideas. I'm going to try to do another journal or video real soon, which will have another little piece of ephemera that we can add to our journal. And then we're going to start working on some dangles and tassels. I would like to do some tassels for the outside of our journal here, and some dangles that we can put on our pages. So anyway, have fun and make some of these pocket folders, and experiment, make some smaller ones, and maybe even a little bigger ones if you want them to fit on a full page. I mean, there's endless possibilities with these. And so go out there and have a lot of fun. Thank you again for tuning into my channel, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.